In this video, we're going to go through entering some CRM transactions. So the first thing that I've done is change my system date back to the 23rd of January 2008, just so we make sure all the transactions we enter will be dated with a January date. So the first thing that we're going to do is go and convert an existing lead to a customer. So if I go into find lead, and we're going to pick up the Toys International lead, which is that one. If I open it up, okay, we've got an option on the toolbar here to convert the lead. So if I click the convert lead icon, it will come up with the convert screen. Now at this point I can convert it to a prospect, or if I know that this person is going to be a customer or they're going to place an order with us, then we can convert it straight to a customer, which is what we're going to do. All these templates here are basically what we covered when we were creating customers previously. By what we put in here depends what template it uses, which will then depend what settings get put onto the account. And I've got an option down here to view the newly created record. So if I click OK on that, it tells me the lead's now being converted, and it shows my customer here, which was Toys International UK, which is formerly the lead. Okay, so I'm just going to save and close on that, and there's my lead there, which I can just close again. Next thing we're going to do is convert a prospect to a customer. So if we're going to find prospect and look for Toy Prospect UK Limited, and that's the one we're going to convert it into a customer. So on here we've got a convert to customer button. If I press that, it asks me, am I sure I want to do it? I say yes, and it basically converts it. A prospect and a customer is nearly the same in the system, so it just basically amends a flag in the system to convert it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is create an activity for a meeting for a meeting with a customer. So if I go into new activity, and in here we'll just put meeting with customer. Okay, change the type to a meeting, and then I select my customer. So we're going to have a meeting with Toy Prospect. So if I key in here Toy Prospect, it should find it and put it in for me. So it's going to be assigned to me because I'm putting this meeting in, which is fine, and the meeting's going to be on the 30th of the 1st. So let's just change the date to be 30th of the 1st, and we'll put a little bit of detail in here to tell us what the meeting is about. Okay, so then I click save and close to save that meeting. Okay, next thing we're going to do is create another activity, which is going to be a to-do. So this is just going to be a pick up laundry activity. So I'm going to leave the type as a to-do, and because it's just a personal errand, as it were, I'm not going to assign this to anyone in particular. It's just going to be unassigned to, it's not going to have a customer or a prospect against it. So if I save and close on that, what I'll then do is go and have a quick look at my calendar now to see what effect that's had on my calendar. So I can see straight away that the meeting is in there, and I'll be able to see from the to-do little window that my to-do is in there as well. And I can pin that window on if I want, so I've always got the to-do showing on there. Okay, what we're now going to do is go and create a different type of activity, which is a callback, and it's going to be query with pricing that we're going to put on here. So we'll have a callback, and we're going to have Toys International as the company to call, and the callback is going to be done on the 25th. Put a little bit of text down here just saying what the callback's regarding. Okay, we'll save and close that. I'll then go back in the calendar and have a look at my callback screen here. If I just refresh my calendar, I'll see that a callback appears in again a separate tab on the right hand side. Callbacks and to-dos show on this on these tabs. All the other things will show within the calendar. Okay, what we're now going to do is, if we wanted to, we can right click on there and it will bring us various options up, and one of the ones is we can change the status, so we can say it's in progress, or maybe it's been completed or cancelled. It's just a quick way to do it. What we can also do is create a new activity by double clicking on a day in the calendar, and it will bring up an activity window, and we can basically key in an activity that way, say going to new activity in the CRM module. Okay, now what we're going to do is go and create a case. So if we go to new case, now a case is usually for fault call login or sort of a support call environment. So we're going to have a case for gun is broken, and the type defaults to case. Case is another type of activity really, but if you do it through the new case option, the type will always default to case. So we're going to have this against a US customer. Just type a bit of that in and it should find it for me like so. And I'm going to leave the date to the 23rd, because normally we log cases on the day that they're actually logged. So down the bottom we can type as much text in as we want with more detail of the problem. I'm going to save my case. Okay, so if I save and close out of that and then go into under tools, we've got a case dashboard. Okay, and I can see my newly created case on there, and we've got SLA here, which is it'll be getting our default SLA because we haven't assigned a particular contract to that customer. But basically this will show us green when they're within the SLA. It will go to amber when it's getting close to the SLA, and when we're obviously over the SLA it will turn red. So this is quite a useful screen for a support manager, for instance, to be in and monitoring the calls to see what we need to try and be fixing. Okay, next thing we're going to do is go and create an opportunity, which is a sales opportunity basically, and we're going to have this opportunity against a French customer.